So, really warm welcome. Welcome to Embodying the Snake, an introduction to snake medicine. It's lovely to see you, have you here. I always feel that snake nudges us to come to these spaces. And I'm tonight really excited because it is the night before we move into the year of the wood snake, the Chinese year of the snake. So the last year was the energy of the dragon, a very young, as in active energy. It was a lot about ambition, expansion. And this year we will move into the year of the snake, which brings for sure deep transformation, the themes of regeneration, tapping into the cycles of life. So, and it's also the element of wood. And I'm particularly excited because I was born in the year of the wood snake. So just wanted to bring that from the beginning. And I don't know about you, but I was speaking with a lot of people over the past 2 weeks. And there's been a really sticky, challenging energy around for a lot of us. Maybe some have moved through physical illness, maybe there's been a sense of stuckness. And I really feel that energy shifting right now. And we have this calendar that says 1st of January is the new year, but I think there's a much older energy that shows us as we're moving closer to February, when we have the lunar year, it's actually much more this sense of, oh, the new year. And I believe a lot that's happened in the past 2 weeks or a bit longer, maybe the whole month, was another sense of clearing out. And I brought on that theme, I brought a skin from my very beloved royal python called Sid. And I just, wanted to bring that into the space, because one of the biggest themes that snake offers us to reflect and to journey with is that of shedding. And so, as we are moving into this year of the snake tomorrow, this is my invitation to you from the very beginning. So I'm aware I jumped right in. I haven't even properly introduced myself nor the session, with all the excitement of the year of the snake. So little orientation for tonight. So I'm gonna speak a bit about what snake medicine is all about for me, how I understand it, a bit about how I came to this. I will show a slideshow to illustrate it in a little while, and also talk and show you something about the history of snake medicine. So how a snake has been present for millennia, really. And then there will be an opportunity for a little practical exercise. If you have something to write, but you can pick that up later. And we also move a little bit. So, and really importantly, there will be space and time for a Q&A, as I'm also introducing my 8-week course, Embodying the Snake. So really warm welcome once again. So my name is Eva Weaver. I usually live in the UK, in the south, in a place called Saltine near Brighton. I'm currently in Andalusia. So about my work, I've really been wearing lots of different hats throughout my working life. I started out working as an art therapist in mental health. I've worked with performance, created performance art for many years, 10 years, become a breathwork practitioner and a shamanic facilitator, and moved more and more into writing, became a writer. And then in the past, probably 10 years now, have also worked in the field of conscious sexuality. And why I'm sharing that is, yes, to introduce myself a little, but also I'm feeling how much my life itself has been a very serpentine journey, and how I've arrived now in my older years in this place where I feel so passionate about what Snake can teach us, and also see how Snake really holds all these areas that I have been exploring throughout my life, particularly around embodiment, how we can really be present in this body on this earth, which has been a lifelong journey for me. Snake can teach us so much around sensuality and sexuality, about cyclical living, and of course can also be a shamanic ally. So yes, hence that introduction. So my personal journey, how did that begin with Snake? So I feel Snake has been with me really from my very young years, and I'm not sure whether you believe in past lives, but I really do feel that Snake and this work has been with me for lifetimes. When I was younger, Snake came to me in dreams a lot, and I was absolutely fascinated when I saw the first bigger snakes, especially boas, in the zoo. I first handled a snake. She was called Alchemy, and she was a very small black snake. And when Alchemy was wrapping around my arm, something really extraordinary happened. I started to cry, and it was like a very, very deep, visceral body memory saying, I know this. I know this sensation. I know this connection, and something was transmitted in that contact. When I was a young woman, I came across this image, and you might have seen this. So this is usually called the snake goddess. She was found in the palace of Knossos on Crete. And when I saw this image first, it was like it was hitting me. And I didn't really exactly know why. Of course, she has the bare breasts, she has this stance, she has also these wild eyes. And I was just really touched by it. And it took many, many years on my journey to understand that, yes, this is a goddess, but also this is a priestess. And I become to understand that there really is an unbroken lineage of priestesses and priests who have been working with serpent medicine, snake medicine, with the mysteries of snake for millennia. And yeah, this has been my journey. And at the beginning of last year in January, I said, okay, I'm willing. I'm stepping into this. I might not like the word priestessing, but that's what I'm called to do. I can call it a snake medicine guide, but it is about bringing into the world these mysteries and this wisdom that snake can bring. So it's been a long journey, and about 7 years ago, I decided to have snakes myself. I received 2 beautiful pythons from a snake sanctuary by Snakey Sue. Sadly, my beloved missed, the female one's passed, but she's, yeah, very much with me from the other side. So how have the snakes supported me? I mentioned embodiment before, and I think a lot of us share this journey that for whatever reason, that it has been challenging to be fully embodied, to be fully here. And so snakes have really helped me to tune into my body and, yeah, to connect. Of course, snakes are connected with sensuality. They've supported me in connecting with my sensual and my sexual expression, helped me open more to intuition, and all in all, just being in touch with the mystery and the wonder of life. But so, what is snake medicine? Again, forgive me if I've jumped straight in. I do find it is a serpentine path. So for me, snake medicine is first of all everything that we can learn from the actual snakes. So what we can learn through observation and learning about snakes. So that might be learning about the poisonous snakes and their poison. It might be about their behavior around when they are threatened and what that could mean for us. Learning around boundaries, for instance. Observing snakes through their shedding process has been incredibly beautiful and powerful for me, and that's very much been part of what I share when I offer embodied shedding rituals, to really talk and take people through those stages of the shedding. So everything we can learn from the snakes, from their resting, their hunting, their breeding. And then the other aspect is what we can learn from the symbolism of what I call the great serpent. So that's the serpent, the snake that's been revered all over the globe for millennia. So if we look globally, snakes have been revered in temples in Egypt, many African countries, in China, India, the Americas, and Europe as well. And as I mentioned, the very ancient times, priestesses and priests have been working with the snakes very often in the context of healing. Something that we know of are the beautiful Asclepian temples in Greece. So these were snake temples where people came to be healed, mostly physical, but who knows, maybe also for mental challenges. And they came to dream with the snakes in the dark and to receive healing dreams. And this combination of resting in the temple in the dark with non-venomous snakes present and to dream and have those dreams interpreted, that was what the healing brought. So snake medicine for me is also about really reclaiming this ancient wisdom that's so been in a way very brutally destroyed in that big movement into patriarchy. And I feel the more I read, the more I learn, is that there was a very parallel process of time when sexuality was considered sacred and a path to spirit, and the snakes were revered at that same time. And as that changed historically, both sexuality was demonized and snake. And so I think we're at an incredibly powerful moment in time where there's so much reclamation happening on many levels. You know, we need to learn how to live more sustainably in the world, always inside and outside, with our own energy, and within the world. Many of us are reclaiming our birthright for sexuality, sensuality, and pleasure, which they can really support us with. Snakes teach about boundaries, you know, very important discernment, boundaries to hold our energy. So it's a very rich area. Snake connects us with our gut instincts as well. I feel they embody our wild, instinctual and sensual nature. When we observe snakes and how they go through rhythms, I really feel we can learn to adjust our own rhythms and live with our natural rhythms more, rather than to expect of us that we function always in the same way, pushing ourselves. And with that comes the area of psychic hygiene. Hygeia was a goddess who and a priestess in the Asclepian temples, and she's usually connected with the theme of hygiene. And I feel there's something about snakes that teach us about how we can look after our own energy. For instance, snakes shed because they grow, and also for hygiene, so that no parasites grow on them. And I think that's a really beautiful metaphor of, you know, we do need to shed regularly what doesn't serve us to maintain our energy and to move and to grow. So I want to show you a few slides as I keep speaking. So for me, snake medicine is really a path. It's a powerful path that supports us in the realm of healing, embodiment, also creativity, sexuality, and sustainable cyclical living. Open yourself to the teachings of the serpent. So for over a year now, I'm most mornings opening myself to snake. In my writing, I say, and thus speak the snakes, and then let come what wants to come. Whether we call this channeling or whatever this is. But what I've learned is that snake really wants to come through at this moment in time and bring teachings. And the teachings are potent. Snake medicine seems to be not for the faint-hearted. I always feel before I offer a retreat or start a new training, a new course on snake medicine, I really get taken deeply down by the snake. Exactly the same these past few weeks. It's been very humbling to, yeah, stay with these teachings as they come. So these are really potent tools for creativity, to release what doesn't serve us, and yeah, to tap into our natural sexuality. This is an image of my beloved late snake Mist, and her invitation to shed what no longer serves us, and to receive the goodness that is aching to find you. So as I mentioned, I think the theme of transformation and regeneration is probably what a lot of people associate with when they hear about snake, the shedding. And indeed, it's one of the most powerful things we can observe in snake. It's actually pretty traumatic. It lasts for good 10 days. Snakes goes into hiding. They become dull, they hardly move, and at some point the eyes cloud over. They become a bluish color. It looks like as if they've gone into trance. And also the atmosphere can be really quite heavy. And then when the time is right, they rub their head on something in the hide, a rock or something, and then that opens that skin, and they slither out. If it's a beautiful shed, you can see here on the left, yeah, even the eye, everything gets shed. Snakes invite us to really tap into what are our cycles. Snakes hardly eat in the winter. They retreat much more. I've really learned so much from being with them and observing them. And in nature, they can be borrowed down and wait for days or weeks or even a month for prey to come past. So they're in this really state of conserving energy. But then when the prey comes, they come, they hunt, they're fast. So yeah, a lot of things. And here's another image of the statue. Snakes, of course, have been connected with power, and what I love so much about snake is the aspect of embodiment, and that's why my 8-week journey that I'm offering is called Embodying Snake, because this is not a journey that we enter from the mind alone, but we're really tapping into what we can learn from these master teachers. So, for instance, how can we set good, healthy boundaries? You know, I don't know about you, but sometimes I might speak a no, but my whole body might not embody that. So, what we can learn from the snakes, such as the cobra or the black mamba or the rattlesnake, is how they hold themselves. You know, they rise up, they hold eye contact, they make themselves bigger. Rattlesnakes might make sounds. Cobra, they hiss and even growl. So as we observe and engage with these beautiful creatures, we can learn and really exercise what that can mean for our own life. These are also the figurine found in Knossos. And of course, we don't really know what happened in the temples there. So this is much older than the Asclepions. We're talking over 2,000 years BC, and there is a theory, because the eyes are really wide and quite wild, that the priestesses there worked with possibly also venomous snakes and let themselves be bitten, so in order to move into trance, and from that place create rites, whether these were rites connected with sexuality, sexual awakening, whether they were healing rites. Again, some examples. These are from West Africa. Just how a snake is present throughout history. As I mentioned, of course, sensuality, sexuality, again through the observing of snake, their agility, their natural sensuality, but of course also about the energy. So we'll explore also how we can tap into our natural sexual energy. Many of you will know about Kundalini. It's a Sanskrit word of the snake, the energetic snake that lies at the bottom of our spine. And so it's said that we can awaken that snake through breath, through imagination. And there are just some images again of how snakes really have been so connected with sensuality. This was a photo shoot with my two pythons, where I really connected once again with the Cretan snake priestess and found a way to embody this, how this could be for me today. And of course, snake is so connected with the themes of healing, whether that's, as I mentioned, the Asclepian temples. Here is Hygeia and Asclepion. You will probably know the image of the staff with the snake wrapped around, which is the symbol of medicine, as well as the caduceus with the two snakes that are snaking. Snakes are connected with creativity. There's so many incredible creation myth that all have snake at the root all over the world. Then, of course, it's also really fascinating when we start to work with snake and walk with snake to explore where is snake in our body and in nature. And we'll find snake really everywhere. And again, that's an invitation for us to connect with. Snake is deeply mysterious. Snake's been a really important part of alchemy. And snake has always been really important within the shamanic realm. On the course, we will dive into this as well, how a snake can be our shamanic ally that we can learn very, very directly from. And a beautiful, powerful symbol you all might know is the Ouroboros, the snake that bites its own tail. Again, it's an ancient symbol that's been found in Egypt within alchemy, and that's ever fascinating me. It's really connecting with completion and evolution. Snake also transcends and holds dualities, I feel, or is a symbol of non-duality. So, for instance, Freud always connected the snake, the serpent, with the male phallus. But when snake opens her mouth, as you can see here, it looks very much like a vulva. And actually, snakes, not even people who live with snakes for a long time can often discern the gender. So for me, really, a snake is very much a symbol of transcending that duality, even of gender. And as I mentioned, snakes being present throughout history. And I'd love to take you now on that note of history on a little journey. So in a moment I'm going to show, it's another slideshow, but it only has sound, so I won't be speaking. And if you like, sit back, lean back, make yourself comfy as you watch these images. It's about 8 minutes long. And it's an invitation to just, let what I've shared settle and connect however you wanna connect with these images. And after that, there will be an opportunity to do a bit of free writing from that. So let me see to share that.
Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samvita Shri Bhagavati Namaha. Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samvita Shri Bhagavati Namaha. Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samvita Shri Bhagavati Namaha. Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samvita Shri Bhagavati Namaha. Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samvita Shri Bhagavati Namaha. Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha Shri Bhagavati Samhita Shri Bhagavate Namaha.
And so the invitation is to take a few minutes with your journal if that speaks to you, and yeah, do a little free writing. By that I mean stream of consciousness, pen and paper, and let just flow what wants to flow. If there's a particular image or an aspect that touched you, And then just take another minute so to complete this for now. Okay, thank you. And I have another little invitation for you. As so much about Snake is supporting us to embody, I'm going to play one song by the beautiful Sami musician Mari Boine, which some of you might know. And it's an invitation to move in whatever way you like. So if you don't feel like getting up, you can just have really subtle movements, and maybe whatever's moved in you through engaging with the images, maybe you want to take this into the movement. It's not even 3 minutes long. It's a really yummy song. Enjoy.
Svirrar i døy, kjære han låst i hat. Næstan i velgyrta, bjeiva tja jela hin. Donai pasha tavas, mun huvidan mättäs. Don halidi tavas, mun jadin mättäs. Kaskia päivädaki, jäävetsän hieja hidet. Täpkäi vel vuotasan, hätächan uodiha. Tom kirtasa tjeukan, mun säunjadin nädän. Tuupiap maada mätti, mun leitsi tantovin.
Hmm. I hope that was nourishing. So before we go into an open space and a Q&A, I'd love to share with you how we could work together if you're interested in going deeper into snake medicine. I do run occasionally retreats at my home, Phoenix Nest in Saltine, and also particularly rites of passage rituals, which snakes, really support us in. I'm developing a 6-month mentorship program. And particularly, I wanted to introduce you to the 8-week online program. It's been running a few times, and I have 4 beautiful guests on this one as well. Oh, what happened to the images? I don't know what happened there. They all showed up earlier. So in different areas around shamanism, there's my colleague Juliana, who's a sexological body worker, and just to give you a little idea, so we'll work on the theme of transformation and cyclical living, snake as shamanic ally, tapping into our sexual energy, embodying power, setting boundaries, creativity, healing, and the cosmic snake, and snake is the oracular ally. Yeah, so we begin on the 20th of February, so it's not long now, and it will run on Thursday nights for 2 hours, and you'll get all the recordings and a beautiful book every week. And I would love, if it speaks to you, I'd love to invite you on the journey. I have people who who've come a few times round, always to deepen, and once you've gone through it once, you can come again for a very reduced price. It's £300 the whole journey for those who are here tonight. Usually it's a bit more, and very happy to set up a payment plan. So I'd love to open the space and hear from you. Any questions, comments?